Control your reality like this, or it will control you. Now, the type of control I'm speaking of is not the type of control that you are thinking. The type of control that I'm referring to is not where you are holding your grip onto reality. It's not where you're holding your grip onto something. The type, because that's a recipe for disaster, FYI. Now, before we get into this video, just to let you guys know who we are. If you're new to the channel, this is More Life Raw, and who we are is that we're here to give more life to you, which means that we're here to empower you. And how do we do that? Helping entrepreneurs go from $0 to $10,000 per month by showing them, helping them learn the skill of sales and communication while applying the skill of sales and communication. So in a nutshell, you learn skill of sales and communication, and we give you a platform where you can actually sell so that you can learn and integrate the lessons of sales so that it becomes a part of who you are. So that's what More Life for All is. We're here to help you, empower you as an entrepreneur, go from $0 to $10,000 per month. Now back to the video and the topic of the video, which is control your reality or it will control you. First things first, as a beginner entrepreneur, get a job. Why? So that you can cover the overhead, so that you can make the right decisions for what your heart desires. Now, if you want to know how to start a business, look back at the previous two videos. Now, getting straight into it. I'll give you a quick story. There was a young man named John. We called him John F. And he wanted to start a business, and he did actually start a business. The thing is that John chose a specific business in a specific industry, in a specific sub-niche. And he said, this is what I'm going to do, that's it, period. Now, the thing is, he didn't actually do enough market research to see if that industry was the best industry to go into in order for him to make money with least resistance, so to say. Obviously, it's business, there is going to be resistance, but you get what I'm trying to say. So what he did is that time and time again, as he kept going, opportunities kept coming to him, but he stayed fixed on this sub-niche. So say, for example, John, true story, chose law firms to offer consulting web design services to. And in his mind, he said, I'm sticking to law firms. That's all I'm going to do. No other niche. I'm not going to help roofing companies. I'm not going to help med spas. I'm not going to help any of that. Law firms, web design, that is it. He kept going on. Year passed, 2 years passed, 3 years passed, and John didn't make that much money. He probably passed about $100,000 cash collected, which is not bad. However, if you look at it across 3 years, that's not a lot of money. However, he still made money, so kudos to him. The point that I'm trying to make with this story is that John had his grip tied on law firms, not realizing that the opportunities that were coming to him were other niches that he could have actually made better success in. So he had his grip on law firms, and as he kept going, he noticed, as you're speaking to law firms, he noticed that, you know what, law firms don't really use this type of service as much as I thought, but this industry, for example, med spas, use and require this service because people like to go and do research on the type of med spa services, the clinical this and the Botox and all these things. People want to go look into that. But he didn't see that because you're so fixed on this thing. So my point is that, yes, we focus on one niche, one business for as long as possible, 100%. However, at the beginning, as an entrepreneur, when you're still trying to zigzag your way to success, because that's what's going to happen, is that you're going to go through the zigzagging phase of doing this thing and that thing and this thing and that thing, trying to find something that fits you. If John didn't have his grip on reality to say law firms only, and he was flexible to move with where the opportunity was moving, because for his type of service, it's a very rapid industry. Things are always evolving. To conclude the story, John missed out on a lot of opportunities because he had his grip on reality. He chose this thing and he only wanted that type of business, not understanding that as a business owner, you have to be able to adapt based on the opportunities that present themselves based on what the market is asking for. That's the first thing. Now, when I come to control of reality, I'm not referring to holding the grip. I'm referring more to having preferences. choosing how you want certain events, things, matters, trips to play out, choosing how you want the overall picture to look. Now, yes, we cannot decide the little details of how an event will go step by step, but we can choose of this is how I want to feel when I do this thing. This is how I want it to look at the end when I do this thing. That's the type of control I'm talking about, is for you to always choose what you want. Choose the outcome, the feeling, the sensation that you want from a certain event, from a certain period in your life, and to always make that choice. That's what I mean by control. I'm not saying control as in it has to be done this way and that's it only. The control I'm referring to, again, to repeat it again, is more to have preferences. For example, Joanne made a trip to Zanzibar. If you guys don't know Zanzibar, it's on the coast of Africa. And the first time she went to Zanzibar, she just allowed things to flow as it flowed. And sometimes things can go extremely well this way. What she did the second time is that she chose how she wanted things to go out, not in terms of the details, but in terms of how she wanted to feel and the experiences that she wanted to have. So, for example, she said, I want to feel excited. I want to go through an adventure. I want to be able to meet new people, learn new cultures. I want to be able to do this and do that. I want to be able to see things that I haven't seen before that will make me feel grateful for life. So she's designing sort of a blueprint of how she wants to feel from this trip. And that's what I mean by controlling your reality, is having preferences for everything and making a choice. So, for example, so instead of, when I'm not talking, so basically it's not about sitting there and just saying, oh yeah, God will take care of me, God will do everything for me. And by the way, I believe in God. I believe heavily and I pay attention and I focus, I have deep faith. So just to put that to the side, it's more of you taking control, you taking initiative to choose and go out and make decisions and choices and have preferences and say, you know what, I like this. I like to feel this when I go to my house. I like to feel this way when I go to work. You know what, I want to have this type of experience. I want to feel adventurous. I want when I go to visit my family in the north of the country, I want to be able to have a good time. I want to feel good that I'm here. I want to feel grateful that I'm there. And just choosing a certain preference. I want to see something that I haven't seen before that will make me appreciate life more. Outlining a few of the things that you would like to experience from a 30,000 foot view and allowing reality to give you those experiences. Sometimes, yes, you have to experience certain things that are less for you to learn the lesson, and that's okay. Sometimes you have to go through challenges because no heart desires challenges, right? So sometimes you have to go through challenges to learn certain lessons, and that's totally fine. However, always keep choosing how you want things to play out. And then let go of the attachment to that outcome. Release your grip on that outcome. Allow the events to play out the way has to play out the way the universe will allow it to play out that is best for you. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys for watching. Stay tuned. Entrepreneurs, $0 to $10,000 per month. You can make $10,000 per month. You were designed to do it, and the fact that you have the desire for it means that you are capable of it. With that being said, till next time.